Okay, so this is going to be the birthday reading for our favorite Gemini, Miss Loretta Lau. Happy birthday, Loretta. Here is the tarot card reading for the next year for you. Okay, so your birthday reading, the theme of the next year is going to be Mercury messages. So Mercury is symbolizes communication, and this is going to be more listening to soul messages. So sometimes, our minds can go a million miles an hour thinking of so many different things and so many different topics and details. But sometimes it's necessary to quiet the mind and listen to the inner self and listen to the soul and listen to the spirit and what your heart is longing for. So that's going to be the theme of this year. You're going to be listening to your heart a little bit more, listening to soul messages. Now, your energy is solar flares. Like, girl, you are on fire this year. Solar flares is very high energy, and we can see here it says activate. So this is going to be extra voltage. You're going to be having a lot of passion, inspiration, and like on fire, girl. So the only thing that you want to make sure of is that you're balancing that high energy, fire energy, with the other elements. So like, for example, air, is our mind and logic and reasoning. Water is intuition, and earth is kind of like practicality, and water is also feeling, and earth is like practicality and making things a reality. So like, you're gonna be on fire, girl. Make sure and use the other elements to make all of this inspiration a reality. It looks like so far it's gonna be a really exciting year for you. So next we have romance. So what's in store for the romance department? So here we have the card of Virgo. And Virgo is about structure, routine, discipline, day-to-day, stuff like that. So how does that fit into your romance? So this is going to be something needs to be organized. So this is going to be changing how you interact. So you might be digging down to the details a little bit more in the romance department and noticing some things that could be a little bit more organized, and ways that you can have a little bit better interactions in the romance department. So money for the upcoming year, you literally have like the money card. So that's definitely a good sign. It's second house of resources. You can see all them coins and that apple. So the only thing the cards want to say for this is use your resources for good things, for the greater good. So your money is going to be looking right for the next year. So the only challenge that you'll have is deciding where to spend it or how to use it, basically. So next we have adventure, and look at this castle, represented by the midhaven, which is like basically our destination, the point that we want to get to. And it's like, if you playing a video game, right, like this is what you see at the end of the level, the big castle, like you made it. So another good sign for adventure. Let's see what this says exactly. So this is listening to your soul's longing to live out its true potential and not worldly ambition. So basically it looks like you're going to be listening more to soul messages, which doesn't really have much to do with the material world and like work and day-to-day mundane stuff like this. This is more like of a spiritual journey to like really fulfill your heart's longing, and you're going to reach that pinnacle this year. So next we have the growth area. So this is where this might be a little bit of a challenge over the year, because growth usually involves some uncomfortability and challenges and stuff like that. And your growth area is going to be in Jupiter. So the only thing that you have to worry about is a little bit of magical thinking. So I mean, I can see why. You have all of these good things going for you. Like, you're probably going to be feeling on top of the world, and you're going to be rolling in dough and everything like that. So just be careful that you're not having like too much magical thinking and neglecting responsibilities or avoiding problems. So that's where you're going to be challenged to grow in this upcoming year. So next we have your gift. Like, what's going to help you along this year and be your, your superpower. So here you can see that you're basically going to be like the queen on the throne, the dignified queen of strength. So this is saying you are what's needed at the moment. Your voice matters. So I think you're really going to be finding your inner voice and your soul message this year, and you're going to be like an inspiration to others, and you're going to kind of be like a gift to others and what's needed. So it's really exciting. Next we have the overall result of your birthday year and what it's going to come down to. Now this card came in reverse, so that lets us know it might be a little bit of a challenge. So let's see what the result is. Okay, so be careful of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself and fit them. Value the conjunction over individual growth. So basically, yeah, you're really going to be finding your inner voice, your soul's purpose, following your heart this year. But you're also going to learn that there might be relationships that are asking you to shrink yourself. And we shouldn't be shrinking ourselves for anybody. And also make sure that you're not asking anybody to shrink their self, because growing together is what it's all about, not one growing bigger than the other person. So last but not least, we'll roll these little dice to see the advice of the energy that you should jump into for the year to have the best outcome. So let's see what it's going to say. What's the advice from the dice? And this is, okay, so that's Cancer energy. So the dice are advising you to be a little bit more in tune with your emotions and your intuition this year. Like, it's not all about our mind, and learning to separate the difference between our heart and our mind, which kind of, it does go along with listening to soul messages and the overall theme of this reading that I have. So that, just be a little bit more in touch with your emotions. And you do have a Scorpio moon, so you do have some deep emotions in there that probably need to be, want to be expressed and want to feel more. So next, and then what do we have here? The 8th house. So Scorpio comes out of the 8th house. So this is transformation, going a little bit deeper, going into depth, intense emotions and things like that. So this year, the dice are encouraging you to get more in touch with your emotions, dig deeper into things. And I know you're a Gemini, and Geminis usually like to keep things light, but this year, the dice are saying you can go a little bit deeper with it. Now, this planet right here is the planet of Pluto. So this is depth. This is also rules the 8th house. And this is all water energy. So Pluto is about transformation. It's about facing the darkness. It's about basically like the phoenix burning to, rise from the ashes. So that's what Pluto energy is about: going deeper, digging deeper, getting to the rawness, like getting to the soul's questions, like why are we here? What was your purpose in life? Like deeper than, like our jobs or our day-to-day routines or things like that, like our freaking life purpose, soul purpose. So that is the birthday reading for Loretta. I hope that this year all your wishes come true, and it is a very magical adventure with lots of money. Happy birthday.